Hello there. So there's been I guess, developments in my personal life that has prevented me from doing some things I wanted to. Still, making pedals. And this one's kind of a design of my own. And I share the schematics if you want to peep those and build that. The schematics don't have these switches, and then I added these switches, so the schematics would be with this switch up and this switch down, which is my favorite setting. It's asymmetrical clipping with two silicon diodes and a yellow LED. In one of the positions, it's symmetrical red LED clipping with it's one LED and one germanium. This just changes the output cap to add more bass or treble. Since then I've made this, which is a slightly modified copy of Death by Audio Interstellar Overdrive. Made it based around the movie Metropolis. I'm I guess to say cinephile. I like animation a lot. I like the history of animation, things like that. People think I'm this giant anime fan, but it's just I like cartoons in general, the history of animation. I'm a big Felix the Cat fan from back when Otto Mesmeyer or whatever, those silent films. I know the history like Disney. I just am interested in animation and art, whether it be movies, cartoons, whatever. Lately I showed you how I've been using Game Boys for music. Tools I use to do that. I can play a Game Boy like a keyboard using things like this and certain carts. I showed off that I have a Game Boy ROM dumper, which this is a ROM dumper. This is for NES, and I just used this, got around to using this yesterday. I was trying to put a 2-player ROM hack of Super Mario Brothers where you can play Luigi and Mario on the screen at the same time, but the cart I have, this blank rewritable cart, the mapper on it or something does not handle that. So instead of putting that on a card, put Mario Brothers, not Super Mario Brothers, Mario Brothers. There's a European version that changed the game mechanics and updated the sprites called Mario Brothers Classic Series. And it was like a German game. It was an NES game for Germans. And I patched it because the NES in Europe goes at a different frame rate. So when you play it on American consoles, it makes it slow. It's unplayable. To play a European game on an American NES is it is the worst. So, these little turtles, shell creepers is what they're called in this game. They're not like Koopas or whatever, are updated to look more like on the Super Mario Brother games. And the jump mechanics are more like Super Mario 3. So I've been doing that, making music, building stuff, ROM dumps. I put me like bees on a Game Boy Advance cart. I'm posting my guitars here every once in a while, kind of giving you a story about them. Like I said, personal things got in the way. Everything I say I'm going to do, I plan to do. It's just I'm balancing out a full-time work life, my personal life, and my relationships within my personal life, and my very many hobbies. To which I guess I need your help to help me determine if I need to make my own retro gaming account and maybe a pedal making account instead of just posting everything on my music account, because it doesn't seem to make sense for me to be talking about this, on an account originally meant for my music. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. It would make sense if I made my account kind of not about music and just about things in general, call it guitars and video games or something. I don't know. I'm just impressed with this because I made a European game work on a Nintendo cart in my house. If you told me I would have done this when I was 13 or younger, I would have been I can't make my own NES games. It's too complicated. Dude, I've made so many Game Boy games and Nintendo games at this point. This is rewritable. I can put whatever I want on it at any point. You know what I mean? Blows my mind. I don't know how I figure out how to do this stuff, especially thinking back to when I was a teenager, how stupid I was. Trying to figure out a balance and what should go. I feel I need to be more organized. So if I the other day I was talking about how I was trying to fix this NES. I cannot fix this NES, by the way. The RF module went bad, so I replaced it. After I fixed the pins, I did fix the pins. It's not doing the red blinking light. But the RF module went bad. I bought a refurbished RF module. It's still having the same problem. I cannot figure out What is wrong with that NES? It's been driving me nuts. If I was to make stuff about like things like this, which is a 5-string fretless bass, that's what I'm getting at. Is I'm getting really like, I make electronic music, I make guitar-oriented music, I like video games, retro games, I like making pedals, I make weird things like this, which is a lo-fi video mixer, VHS tape recorders, and like I am having a hard time determining what my focus should be on. Should it just be like a DIY thing? Should it be more music? Should it be more retro games? Like how do, like they all don't cross over. Some of my Game Boy stuff crosses over with like music. But what is it? You know what I mean? Like what do? I do record like music, you know, like over here. Yeah, like these audio interfaces. I got one here, one down there, you know. This is an electric kalimba in a case. This, pedals, samplers, drum machines, and it just seems so unfocused that it's like, I at this point, it's like, do I need to make multiple profiles, or do I just keep it all in one and just, instead of making music, it's just its own content creator thing? Like, should I structure the Instagram account that I already have and my YouTube to be just about everything, or should I just make individual ones focusing on each thing, about the DIY things I do, the music things I do? Does building pedals tie into the music I actually make enough, you know? Just like this video, I'm confused about what direction I should go, what I should do. And I already got a lot planned that I'm running, like trying to balance things out. Like I've been trying to make a sample pack for a few years, and it's massive so far, massive. It's like harps, weird instruments like Taisha Goto, and kids' toys I modified. Pedals I've made, and children's toys that I circuit bit and modify. This seems so everywhere and so unfocused. I could make a whole channel about my favorite like keyboards. I talk about how I use like Zoom vocal processor. We could talk about Zane, get your guitar out of my house. Some cheap random stuff that I buy, like this vocal, or not vocal, it's like a guitar processor. About my favorite tape machines, like machines, 4-track recorders. This one right here is one I've had 2 of in my childhood. Easy to use, I love it. Then I have things like my Zoom 16 track that's like immediate. I can record music immediately because all you do is just plug it in and plug your guitar into it. You know what I mean? Turn it on. I didn't think there'd be a tape equivalent of that because you got to hook up speakers and you got to hook up everything else. Then I found this coolest 4-track I have ever used or bought. I mean, this counter's broke. I do have a broken one of these over there that I could take it from. You got a speaker on off, so like you can, and a line out, so you can hook up better speakers than what's in it, but it's built in and it's got amp models and effects. You just plug this in and you plug into it and you can record on a 4-track tape recorder. So it has, you know, so easy and immediately. So it's just, it reminds me of my digital 16 track that I've used for years and years. I can even talk about like this. Like, you know what this is? It's Michael Jackson reading a storybook version of E.T. on vinyl. Why would anyone want this? As soon as I knew it existed, I wanted it. How can you not? It's Michael Jackson in E.T. How could you not? I don't know the direction in which I should go as far as making media because I'm into too many things.